What's up, LA Live Gang? This is your boy AC, and welcome to a special driving home edition, breaking news edition of LA Sports Live. You guys see the thumbnail, you see the titles, get straight to it. According to a report from Mark Stein, there's a possibility that John Wall and the Houston Rockets will come to agreement on a buyout. I repeat, there's a. Let me check who's up in here. What's up? What's up, everybody in the chat? There's a report that John Wall and the Houston Rockets may come to terms on a buyout. We know he has a player option for this coming season, which I believe he's got to make a decision on, just like Russ on the 29th. So, and look, we know the story on John Wall. We already know the story on John Wall. John Wall hasn't played in forever. He was almost traded to the Lakers last season. He has a contract identical to Russ, but the Lakers decided to pass on that deal, and now he's coming into the last year of his deal. What's up? What's up? What's my man Lakers over everything talking about? I'm definitely doing it for that vet minimum. Okay, yeah, um, yeah. If he gets a buyout, um, it's worth a look at. You know what I'm saying? It's worth a look at. It just really kind of depends on what kind of condition John Wall is in, man. It just really kind of depends on what kind of condition he's in. We know he hasn't played in almost. I don't think he's played an organized game in like a year, over a year. So over a year, because the damn Rockets weren't in the playoffs at this time last year. So it's been over a year since he's played in the full game, and he'd be an interesting get um, for any team on a vet minimum. Now, here's the thing: we're gonna see what's gonna happen next week. John Wall is not one of those guys. I don't think. It's just my opinion. If he decides to get bought out, there will be interest, but I think the Lakers will have they might be able to wait just a little bit, because according to the reports that I saw, who, of course, is always, who name is brought up with him as well. Lakers, Clippers, and I forget the other team. You guys can let me know the other teams that were mentioned. But now that would be a good pickup for the Clippers. The Clippers need a point guard. I just don't, man. The whole thing, it just depends on what kind of John Wall we're getting at this point. I mean, I know he's still relatively a young man in his early 30s, and I know he wants to get another contract. And the only way for him to do that is he's got to play this season. He can't afford to sit out a whole another year and just collect this money. If he's thinking long term, he's got to get out there and play and prove to a team that he's worth paying, another deal. So we'll just take this as it goes. Let's see if he gets bought up by the Rockets, which, and what to think about it, really, that just really makes sense for him. I mean, he gains nothing but a paycheck just by sitting at home. Now, it's cool. Last season and a half, that's cool and everything. But with this being his contract year, Russ, John, he needs to put up or shut up. He needs to put up and shut up and get on the floor and prove what he can do. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things jumping off. We still got the Kyrie situation going on. We got the John Wall situation going on, and I don't know what's today. So today is Sunday, so it's going to be an interesting 72 hours. Yeah, I know the Clippers. John Wall has been John Wall's been linked to the Lakers and Clippers for the last 2 years, the last two seasons. Um, if you think about it, I don't know how much interest John Wall really has to go to the Lakers. Of course, we know he's a clutch client. So anybody who's a clutch client, they become available. We know they're instantly going to be linked to the Lakers. But in all honesty, I think he would probably be a much better fit with the Clippers, and I don't necessarily think the Lakers have a need for him, but I don't know why I'm always worried about the damn Clippers. The Clippers ain't never did nothing. But in all honesty, the Clippers feel like they appeared like they're gonna have a good team next season. So the Lakers they gotta be on their P's and Q's this offseason and build a good solid team because the Clippers gonna be back next season. Like it or not, the Clippers are gonna be back next season. What's going on in the chat? Laker fan I'm driving, man, so I'm trying to read and not crash. Clippers don't need. Oh, okay, Laker fan for life. You don't want John Wall. What's Marcel talking about? Yeah, it just all kind of depends. It just all kind of depends, everybody. What the hell happens next week, man? I think the Lakers are just trying to portray this this facade that they're ready and have no problems entering the season with Russ, which I, if you want to put eyes on it, I would say 30%. If they had to, they would. But 70%, I think they really want to move Russ. I think they really want to move Russ. So move Russ, and then we end up holding on to Kendrick Nunn. Then we will have the need for a backup point guard. So at the veteran minimum, John Wall would be nice. It would be nice. And like I said, a player like him in this situation, when he would be playing, he'd be playing for another contract. It would behoove him to put his best foot forward. Let's read the track. Remove Russ. We have a need for him. Even if you start Nunn, we would be a good backup. What's up to everybody in the chat? Salute to Hood Tim. This asshole won't let me go. Man, I tell you, bastard. Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna look. Next week is gonna be crazy. Next week is gonna be crazy. I'm working tomorrow and Tuesday. Those are my normal work days. Now my regular days off are Wednesday, Thursday. So if I'm just chilling at the crib Wednesday and Thursday, we're definitely gonna go live because decisions will be being made. Guys are gonna opt in. Guys are gonna opt out. We got the report. You guys heard the report earlier about Bradley Beal. Um, the report was that Bradley Beal was going to opt out of his player option for next season, and then everybody went crazy. But they didn't read, what I'm saying, they didn't read the whole report. And the report was that he's going to opt out of his player option for next season, but then he's going to sign a new supermax deal with the Wizards of over $250 million. Man, that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of damn money. Um, you know, I'll never get mad at anybody uh, for getting their money. It would be foolish to advise them to do anything other than that. But I think what we're gonna start seeing nowadays is damn plain. I think what we're gonna start seeing nowadays is guys are very rarely you're not gonna see them pass up the bag. They're not gonna do it. But what I think they're gonna start doing is we already seen it. We've already seen it. Is very rarely when they pass up the bag, but they're gonna try to like have a cake and eat it too. They want to get their bag, but then they still will ask. After they secure their bag, then they will still request a trade and try to get somewhere. Um, where they want to be. You know, if if Bradley Beal, man, wants to sit there and collect his $250 million and be in Washington D.C., hey, more power to you, brother. More power to you. Let me tell you something. A lot of people think that, uh, of course, he's not worth the money, but a lot of people think that winning is important to a lot of these dudes. I think it is important to some of them to a certain extent, but they know the writing on the wall, man. They know a lot of times they're a big fish in a small pond. They know that, and these NBA teams, they got to give somebody the money. You know, they do have a salary floor, so they got to pay somebody. So shit, that's why you see a lot of no name guys running around here making 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 million dollars. And you're like, come on, man, like Jeremy Grant. What the hell? I like to have Jeremy Grant, but what the hell has Jeremy Grant done? What the hell has he ever done? The only thing of significance that he's ever done, uh, you know, you wouldn't know because the teams he's on are not on TV. But the only significant thing I saw him do was in the bubble against the Lakers. And then all of a sudden, he's some damn hot commodity. Get the hell out of here, man. Most of these guys are not worth the money, but at the same time, you can't really hate on them for getting the money because the team's got to pay somebody. The team's got to pay somebody, man. So it is what it is. But like I was saying, man, some of these guys know that they're just a big fish in a small pond, and they'll be more than happy to just stay in the small markets. You know, be the big fish in a small pond, get that money, and and get paid. And you really can't hate on them for that, man. If a team like Miami is stupid enough, but Bradley Beal signs his supermax, and then next season or even this season, if a team like Miami is stupid enough to trade half their team to get him, so be it. So be it. Good luck to him. Then he'll have his cake and eat it too. He'll have all his money, and then he'll be down there with you know, you would think a contending team, but in order to get him, they'd have to give up half the team, man. So I don't know, man. But the main thing about this video, John Wall to the Lakers. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but Gregory Brown, you think Kyrie is going to opt out and join the Lakers, man? Let me tell you something, bro. And I'm almost at the crib. So if Kyrie, if Kyrie opts out and it comes and joins the Lakers, oh man, you used to watch wrestling when, when I was a kid, whatever, and they'll just say pandemonium, pandem. This shit gonna be crazy. Kyrie Irving joins the Lakers, reunites with LeBron James, and then you'll have a premier big man like Anthony Davis to play with. It's absolutely crazy. And also to think about Kyrie. I was on I was on Go Mike earlier today, man. I don't know what's up with Go Mike, man, but anyway, and we were talking about Kyrie going to the Lakers, and I'm like, I think the Lakers will be a little bit concerned about Kyrie going to LA, man, because you never know what you're going to get. But Go Mike, I'll give him credit. He brought up one thing, and he said that if Kyrie were to come to the Lakers, he has no choice but to put his best foot forward. I repeat, if Kyrie comes to the Lakers, he have no choice but to put his best foot forward, man, because number one, again, he'll be playing for a contract. Number two, you're in LA playing for the Lakers. It's a possibility, he might be able to end his career with the Lakers. And number three, and the biggest part of it, Kyrie in the purple and gold with the LA Lakers in Staples Center, now known as Crypto whatever. But Kyrie in purple and gold in Staples Center, the building that Kobe Bryant and Shaq built, there's no way that Kyrie would just do something shameful and disrespect number one the Lakers, but he's definitely not going to disrespect the memory of Kobe Bryant. That's just my opinion. Yeah, exactly. Goddamn, we on the same page. Lakers over everything, man. He's not going to disrespect the memory of Kobe Bryant this way, man. He's going to put his best foot forward. The only concern would be him fitting in with LeBron and AD. Um, but I think they'll work it out, man. AD is he's supposed to be the catalyst to this new system with Darvin Ham. But if you were to bring in a guy like Kyrie, uh, who would help tremendously with the offensive load, AD could just chill a little bit. He just chill out, remain the defensive captain, and just concentrate. You still got to feed the beast. You still got to feed the beast. Uh, but he can concentrate on being the defensive captain. Get his 20. He's not going to score 26, 27 like the first year he was here, but he was probably still score about 20. But get his rebounding, get his blocks, and play his defense, and probably be defensive player of the year. It could work. It could work, man. I'm not a big fan of Kyrie because I just always feel like it's always something, man. It's always something. Salute to everybody in the chat, and salute to all the YouTubers in the chat. But that's just me. But I've always felt it's always something with Kyrie, man. He's always doing something. But if he were to come to the Lakers, man, I think at his age and the way his thought process is, I think we'll probably see the best version of Kyrie we've seen in the last couple of years. So it won't be no more. It won't be no more of this foolishness, man. I know he marches to the beat of his own drum, but I don't think that foolishness will be cut out. It'd be about business. He wouldn't be too concerned about getting sunned by LeBron James because clearly LeBron is much older, and we know Kyrie can carry the load. He's had injury issues or whatever, but I think he would put his best foot forward and really play well for the Lakers if he were to come, man. So um, that's that. But let me tell you guys, let me warn you. Let me warn you. If Kyrie, the Lakers look when free agency starts on was it Wednesday night or third Wednesday night for Thursday, the Lakers better move fast. They better move fast because if other teams get a whiff or hear that Kyrie is gonna go to the Lakers, man, you you talk about hate. You talk about hate. We all know that other teams and players hate the Lakers. We all know that other teams and players and the whole organizations and owners and governors hate LeBron James and Clutch. But if Kyrie Irving were to $6 million, uh, you talk about hate and disgust and disdain, man. The hate for the Lakers and LeBron James will be on a whole another level. What's up, Blue Boat? Salute to everybody in the chat. The hate and the disdain for the Lakers was going to be on a whole nother level if Kyrie Irving decides to join the Lakers, especially if he decides at a much discounted rate. And then we'll have all this other mess. The players union might have something to say, but they could kick rocks. It's his decision. If that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. That's what he wants to do. Yeah, what's up, angry Lakers fans? Salute to everybody in chat. Hey man, the jury's out. The jury's out on John Wall. Um, I would just like Lakers over everything said. If there is interest in John Wall, if there is interest in John Wall by the Lakers, nothing more, nothing more than a minimum contract. nothing more, because just too tricky, too unpredictable, too much of a injury history to risk anything more than a minimum contract. And even that, honestly, with the kids that we got, the kids from last season that we may or may not. That's another thing you guys got to remember. And I just checked this yesterday. The options on William Gabriel, the options on Stanley Johnson, and even the options on Hillbilly Kobe, they're all team option, which means those guys. I think we all kind of assumed that Hillbilly Kobe. I think we all maybe all kind of assumed that Stanley Johnson would be back for sure next season, but their contracts are team option, man. So, and even Rob Pelinka said it himself. He didn't really want to speak on the future of those kids because because it's a team option, and they could very well decide to part ways with those younger players. I think it would be a stupid move because those guys did build some kind of chemistry, but it is what it is. Let's check out the chat real quick. What's up? Hey, if you guys are new to the channel, man, go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button. Yeah, Angry. Yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see next. We're gonna see next week. But Rob Pelinka said that. Well, I mean, I already knew that those guys they are all on team option deals. So, um, depending on what kind of moves we make between now and Thursday, when free agency starts, because you remember. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get up out of here. You remember? I think it was last season or the season before last, man. We were trying to get the big three. Yeah, I think it was season before last. And we had a bunch. Anyway, make a long story short, we had a bunch of young players at the end of the roster, and the Lakers are go out and trying to get big name players. And you guys remember Thomas Bryant? You remember Mo Wagner? A couple other players. The Lakers just pretty much gave them away to the Wizards because they had to make room for big name players making more money, and we've seen them do that in the past. So I'm not so sure that they're going to commit to these young players and bring them back just because they have a contract. And then like I said, in this situation here, it's a team option. So we're gonna see. Let me check the chat one more time. Yes, yeah, yeah, GTM. Look, Stanley Johnson played good, but the problem is he 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 was always guarding somebody 3 or 4 or 5 inches taller than him, man. So he wasn't able. We didn't really get to see the real. We didn't really get to see the real Stanley Johnson because he was always having to guard somebody bigger than him, man. And so a lot of times, you know, people had their way with him because his size guarding people 6'8" and 6'9" is because we didn't really have no bigs last season. We didn't have no quality bigs. Yeah, Thomas Bryant, I believe he's a free agent and he would be a valuable addition to the Lakers. Um, yeah, look, that's what I want to see. GTM, man, I want to see Stanley Johnson and Hillbilly Kobe in their proper roles. You know what I'm saying? In their proper roles and guarding guys, that's not 3 or 4 inches bigger than them, man. That wasn't cool. That wasn't cool what Frank Vogel was doing. But Vogel didn't even really have no other choice, man. The Lakers, they were just outgunned last season, man. But anyway, hey guys, I'm at the crib, about to go out to the beach, chill out with the family, get ready for the grind next week. And it's gonna be a big week, man. It's gonna be a big week next week, and like I said, I do believe I'm probably gonna be home Wednesday and Thursday. Oh hell, everybody's gonna be here. Shit, I got December. Damn. Anyway, but if I'm home Wednesday and Thursday, anything jump off, you guys know I'll jump on live and bring it to you. Anyways, your boy AC LA Sports Live. I will rap with y'all later.